Now, I came to the conclusion that the left had gone completely crazy years ago now. I used to be a lefty myself. And if you consider yourself to be aligned with the left right now, well, this video, what I'm going to show you in this video, is either going to force you to question your allegiances or nothing will. And I don't think that's too strong of a way to put it. So what's going on here? House and Senate committees heard testimony Wednesday from state officials, abortion rights advocates, and legal and medical experts about the impact the Supreme Court's reversal of Roe v. Wade has had in states that have imposed limits on abortion. And when I say that you might reconsider your allegiances, I'm not just talking about the United States. I'm talking about in any Western country. Because the left has gone just as crazy everywhere. Let's watch this footage.
I assume you agree with infanticide, the killing of a child, a perfectly healthy child at birth?
I don't accept the basis of that question, but I do believe abortion is health care.
I'm talking about, do you agree? I know, I get that, but do you agree? I mean, do you support infanticide, killing a child after he's born?
I do not agree with the basis of that question,
What's
but
the
I
basis?
do believe that abortion is health care.
So it's a pretty easy question to answer. No, I'm not for infanticide. Easy. All of the sane people in the world would find that question very easy. I'm against infanticide. Done. Easy. But we're not done. Here's a second witness.
With infanticide. Ms. Shannon, do you agree with infanticide?
Well, I think you're using inflammatory language to basically describe a situation that does not happen. We don't have infanticide happening. Doctors would not do that, and neither would folks who have carried pregnancies.
Okay, would a healthy child,
later,
do you agree if a healthy child is born, that it's that woman's right to decide if it lives or dies?
what I think is, based on your question, you have a very low opinion of pregnant people. Because if you think that anybody would carry...
Answer the question.
Excuse me.
Answer the question.
I'm answering it. Do you
no,
want
you're not.
to answer, or you want to keep talking over witnesses? What I'm telling you is nobody would carry a pregnancy and then decide on a Monday because they are bored that they want to have an abortion. That's ridiculous. And it's inflammatory. What you're saying, you're talking about families who are in tough situations where folks have been excited about carrying a pregnancy. Most of the abortions that happen later in pregnancy are really tragedies where it's really a disappointment for everyone involved.
But you agree with, I take it with all those words, you do agree with basically murdering a child after they're born. Miss
Again, I mean, how about just a clear, concise answer? I'm against that. I'm against infanticide. That's a lot of words to not answer a very simple question. Why not just say, I'm against infanticide? But we're still not done. Here is a third pro-abortion witness.
After they're born. Miss Graves, could you answer that? Would you just, yes or no?
I have to say, Congressman, how you just characterize the representative statement is extremely inflammatory and the type of thing that it's dangerous.
And what
you guys have been talking today about the threats against crisis pregnancy centers, which I assume are serious and are terrible. The threats that people who work on abortion access take every single day.
I'm assuming that you're for infanticide. I would also say that her language that health...
Madam Chair,
okay.
Gentleman's time.
Congressman, ask the question.
He's reclaiming his time.
Again, just say it. Just say the sane thing. Just say the thing that all sane people would say. I mean, it is baffling, right? It's baffling. What do these people actually think? What do they actually support? These people are willing to publicly refuse to state whether or not they are pro-infanticide. This is the modern left. And it is, for a normal person, just totally unfathomable. But I think what might be at the root of this, possibly, is just that if they admit that killing a baby right after it's born is infanticide, well, then it leads to the question, well, what about a second before it's born or a minute before it's born? And in that scenario, we're not talking about a microscopic globule of cells, right? What about a minute before? What about a day before? What about a week before? So when you ask questions like that, it can get very, very uncomfortable for them, can't it? And this is what we see all the time when these far leftists are asked to actually explain their beliefs, to explain what they believe precisely. They don't answer, they just try and deflect. They'll say every sentence that it's possible to construct in the English language, except the one that you want. And never forget, these are the people who want to create a utopia. Well, at least a utopia for them, not for you so much. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I notice when people share my content, it makes a big difference. Thank you for doing that. I'll see you next time.